Well, good morning everybody. I hope you're all well. Today I've come to a place just north of Katoomba called Minnehaha Falls. Now, we've had about 7 or 8 days of good solid rain in Sydney, and especially up here in the mountains. Everything's still a bit wet here. It has stopped raining now. But I have been to these falls many years ago, but I thought I'd come back out today to photograph these falls. It's a fairly high waterfall, some good compositions from memory. But what I'll do, I've got about 1.5 kilometre walk through the track here, then down some steps. Looks fairly okay to me, but a bit muddy, but we'll overcome that. But what we'll do, once we get down to the bottom of the falls, I will set up and I'll show you how you can photograph the Minnehaha Falls just north of Katoomba here in New South Wales. Well, we finally made it to the bottom of the falls. I hope you can hear me. As you can see, these falls are going off. The amount of rain we've had here over the past week has really got these falls firing. There's some great composition here. I'm going to walk around now with my camera off the tripod and try and find some nice compositions. I won't take many images here today, but the ones I take are going to be absolute corkers. So it's you can actually swim in this pool here. In actual fact, my son was here 2 weeks ago and he swam in this pool and he said it was absolutely freezing. Well, naturally it would. You got surrounded by rock and it's always in shade, so excuse me, but the walk down here isn't too bad, but once again the walk out's going to be a real lung buster for me. So, but it is what it is. That's landscape photography. But by geez, what a place. I mean, just magnificent. I'm in this ravine. It's a ravine. I'll try and film down there as well. I might even photograph down there. But yeah, I think I'll be shooting probably wide angle here. At least with this waterfall, there's a bit of foreground element with these rocks. I think you can see them just over here somewhere there. I'll probably get all the waterfall in. I've got a bit of sky happening up there, which won't be an issue. I can crop that out in the camera. But other than that, I think it's going to be a good morning. I think it'll rain later on, so I want to get this done and then climb back out here because we have 3 staircases we have to climb. There's steel staircases. They're safe, but they're virtually like that. It's what a place. Let's go. Okay, I'm just scouting for composition. As I said in last week's video, you never arrive at your location and set up your tripod straight away with your camera on your tripod. It's a good idea to walk around with your camera and look at certain compositions. The composition I'm looking for here is I'm shooting between these 2 massive boulders, and that will frame the waterfall. Automatically, I know that's going to be a good shot. Okay, as you can see, a bit of scrambling happening here. I've had to photo stack a couple of images, and the reason being these ferns are moving with a breeze. And with a slow shutter speed, naturally that's going to be blurry. Everything else will be fine. So I've had to move around a bit, do a bit of focus stacking. I think I have to do some exposure blending as well, because the settings that I'm getting here today, it's starting to blow out the water. Well, I've taken a few images. pretty good. It's a very tight composition here. I hope you can hear me. This waterfall's insane. But I'm actually really screaming into the microphone here, the Rode microphone. So, I hope you can hear me. As I said, look, the composition I've got for this one is just straight through. I've got the waterfall on the left. I've got to be very mindful of the breeze here. It's moving the branches of the trees, and I've got to be very careful with the exposure and the shutter speed because I don't want any blurry trees in the image, of course. I've had to photo stack a couple. I'm not taking many images here today, but the ones, as I said earlier, the ones I'm taking should be pretty good. So I'll just frame this one up. Let's see how we go. Always shoot in manual when I'm doing this. My ISO is low at 50. That's as low as I can go on this Canon. It's pretty good. The composition, I've got this rock here in the foreground, got a bit of a rock over there, and then the waterfall coming down this way. So I'm currently at 2-second exposure, f11. I've zoomed in, and that's no good thing. Zoom in on the live screen of your camera, and then manually focus until you get it pin sharp. At f11, the depth of field will be okay here. So I'll take this shot, 2-second exposure, and see what we get. Yeah, it's pretty good. My eyes are bad, but it's looking okay. I'll take another one. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Haven't changed things, still 2 seconds, f11. Pretty good. Okay, I've raised the camera up virtually at my eye level, and the reason for that is because I found I was getting too much of this rock on the left-hand side of the frame, and I think this will make a fairly nice image. I've got what are we looking at here? Probably at the same sort of settings. I'm at 5 seconds. I'm going to crank it down to f11. Get the exposure right. It's about a 2-second exposure, but I've got the camera up a little bit higher, so that looks all right. We'll zoom in. Good technique this to zoom in on the back of the live screen to get your focusing right. Just check it through the viewfinder. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, the trees have actually stopped moving now, which isn't too bad. So we'll take this shot. Yeah, that's pretty good. I suppose that's about it today here at Minnehaha Falls. It's quite a difficult waterfall to photograph because it's very close, and you've got these big boulders here, and they do make it makes it a little bit difficult to get the right composition. But I've got 3 or 4 good shots here today, and that's all I'm happy with. You know, I'd rather spend my time getting the quality instead of the quantity, and I think that's about where it should be. Think about the quality of the image, not the quantity. So don't take too many images, but take good ones. So remember, it's quality over quantity here. So that's it. I'll pack up now, and I've now got to face those steel staircases. It's going to be a lung buster. But anyway, it is what it is. What a place. Amazing. Well, that's it, guys. That's another episode of Sniper Photography here at Minnehaha Falls. Look, there's something I didn't tell you about at the beginning of this video about these falls, Minnehaha Falls, is that it's a sacred site for women, would you believe? And I think early in the 1900s, groups of women used to come here and they used to walk to this waterfall. How they did that, I do not know. There would have been no tracks or handrails like I've just experienced. But it is a sacred site for women's groups all through the ages, even up until today. Apparently groups of ladies come here from various clubs or associations here in the Blue Mountains. They come to these waterfalls and apparently they sit around the waterfalls and, I don't know, just contemplate life. But it is regarded as a sacred site for ladies. So if you do come to Minnehaha Falls, and not many people do come here by the way, but if you do, just be mindful of what this place means to a lot of other people. But having said that, no rain. But down in the gully it looked like it was going to team down, but it didn't. I managed to get a couple of good shots. I'll put them into the edit, into the computer back at home in the studio, and I'll see how I go. But if you do come here, it's a grade 3 walk. It's not too bad going down, but once again here in the Blue Mountains, coming back up, you really know you're alive. And I'm not as fit as I used to be. 20 years ago I could have done it walking backwards, but not these days for me. But another great location, Minnehaha Falls. Look it up. If you want more information, please put a note down below this video and I'll endeavour to get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so by hitting the subscribe button and the little bell next door so you don't miss anything. I try and post these videos once a week when I can, weather pending of course. But other than that, as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends, but most of all, you keep smiling, keep shooting, and bye for now.